Lewis Hamilton made history yesterday after equaling Michael Schumacher's all-time win record of 91 at the Nurburgring. Here are our winners and losers from the Eifel Grand Prix. Our first winner of the day needs no introduction. Lewis Hamilton kept his foot on the throttle after capitalising on Valtteri Bottas's early mistake in the race and didn't look back. Hamilton expertly looked after his tyres for the duration of the race and continued to manage the gap to a speedy Max Verstappen, keeping a cool head during the safety car restart and bringing his Mercedes machine safely back home. The Briton now holds a 69-point lead over teammate Valtteri Bottas, with his 7th world title looming even closer. It was an unfortunate end to what looked like a good weekend for Valtteri Bottas, who was forced to retire from the race after losing power. The Finn made an uncharacteristically strong move on Lewis Hamilton to shut down a start overtake attempt by the Brit, being brave around the outside. Bottas would lead the way until a lock-up at turn 1 on lap 14 opened the door for Hamilton to take full advantage and sweep into the lead. Having fallen to 7th place, Mercedes ultimately called Bottas into the pits to retire with a suspected ERS-related problem, marking a huge blow to his title hopes. The Shoey is back, not on the podium, but after the race, as Renault driver Daniel Ricciardo stormed to his first podium finish since Monaco 2018 after a brilliant race. The Australian had a sublime start off the line, catching Alex Albon in the run to the first turn and easily dispatching the Ferrari of Charles Leclerc in the early laps of the race. After Valtteri Bottas's retirement, the Australian looked like he was under threat from Sergio Perez, who stopped much later for medium tyres, but Ricciardo benefited from a safety car period which allowed him to switch to softs, meaning tyre wear wasn't a concern in the latter stages. One thing we can't wait to see, what tattoo design Danny Ric chooses for team boss Cyril Abiteboul. It was a bad day for Alex Albon, with his happy memories from his podium at the Tuscan Grand Prix feeling like a distant memory. An unfortunate lock-up at the start of the race forced Albon into an early pit stop. He would then return to the track and have a bizarre on-track incident with Danny Kvyat, knocking off the latter's front wing and subsequently earning himself a 5-second penalty. After continuing to race for a few laps and a strange complaint about being raced too hard, Albon returned to the pits to retire the car. Red Bull have since confirmed his car was retired due to an issue with the engine that will be investigated further. Still, it is evident from the Anglo tyre driver's post-interview body language that the tough season is taking a toll. From drinking coffee at 11 AM on Saturday to jumping in the car just hours later, Nico Hulkenberg has to be commended for his super sub efforts in replacing the unwell Lance Stroll. The Hulk drove a superb race at the Nurburgring, impressively recovering from the very back of the grid to take a brilliant 8th place. The German jumped 3 places on the opening lap alone and then used a long first stint to promote him to P8, a mere 2 seconds behind Charles Leclerc. Hulkenberg said he was delighted with the strong finish, and so he should be. Sadly, it seems that the 2020 title fight is over, with Lewis Hamilton extending his lead even further over closest rivals Valtteri Bottas and Max Verstappen. Perhaps the onus fell on us, who believed Valtteri Bottas's strong start in Austria marked the beginning of an epic title duel, only to find Lewis Hamilton would soon reign supreme. There is no doubt that Hamilton's 7th World Championship is incredibly well deserved, but it is a shame that his fellow competitors around him have struggled to reach the same heights. 3 exciting track editions await us in the coming weeks on the calendar, and we can only cross our fingers for more 2020 excitement to be delivered in Portugal, Imola and Turkey. Who is your biggest winner and loser from the Eifel GP? Is the title fight truly over? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below, and don't forget to like and subscribe to Crash F1.